Hello everyone. Let us learn active and passive voice today with meaning and examples. Active voice. Here in active voice, the subject of the sentence is performing the action. Let's understand that with an example. However, in this course, we'll see so many examples. I'm sure by the end of it, you'll be able to understand active voice and how to convert that into passive. The cat chased the mouse. Here, the cat is the subject, chased is the verb, and mouse is the object here. In the second example, we see that the farmer planted the seeds. The farmer in the second example is the subject, planted is the verb, and seeds are the object. Notice how the subject, farmer, has performed the action planted, that is on the target of the action, that is seed. A simple and direct example of active voice. Moving further, we'll understand what is passive voice. In passive voice, the subject of the sentence is being acted upon. The subject receives the action expressed by the verb. Example, this sentence in active voice goes like this: the cat chased the mouse. In passive voice, the same subject would be the mouse was chased by the cat. Before we move to see some more examples, let's try to understand the structure of active and passive voice. This is a very important concept. Let's take a look at active voice structure. So the structure of active voice goes like this. We have subject followed by verb, which is followed by object. Example, here you have the teacher teaches the students. Here the teacher is the subject, teaches is verb, and the students are the object. In passive voice structure, we see it is object plus auxiliary verb, which is in to be form, plus past participle of the main verb followed by subject. The same sentence which we saw earlier in active voice, the teacher teaches the students, becomes the students are taught by the teacher. Here you can see the students become the subject here. They are taught, that is auxiliary verb and past participle, and by the teacher, which becomes the object now. So let's try to understand active and passive voice differences in terms of aspects. In terms of subject's role, in active voice, subject is the doer of the action. In passive voice, subject is the receiver of the action. In sentence structure, it goes subject followed by verb followed by object. In passive voice, it's subject, it's object followed by verb followed by subject. Focus is on the doer of the action in active voice, whereas in passive voice, the focus is on the action or the receiver. Active voice, usually the clarity is more straightforward and clear. In passive voice, it can be more complex and the doer may be unclear or omitted. As we see, active voice is commonly used in everyday language, and passive voice is used in specific situations or when the doer is unknown or less important. You can pause the video and note down the aspects and the differences between active and passive voice. Moving further, when to use active voice? Active voice is more direct, clear, and often preferred in writing. It's best used in creative writing, reports, and instructions. Whereas when to use passive voice is useful when the action is more important than the subject, and it's commonly used in scientific writing, formal reports, and when the subject is unknown. Let's try to see some of the examples of active and passive voice. Here you have active voice, the chef cooked the meal. In passive voice, the same would become the meal was cooked by the chef. One more example. In active voice, they will complete the project. In passive voice, the same would be the project will be completed by them. We'll take a look at some more examples to practice active and passive voice. Here you have example number 1. We'll probably take look at at least 10 examples. The first of these is in active voice, the scientist discovered a new element. In passive voice, the same would be a new element was discovered by the scientist. Second example, in active voice, the children are playing football. In passive voice, football is being played by the children. In example number 3, in active voice, they have completed the project. In passive voice, the project has been completed by them. In example number 4, we see in active voice, the chef will prepare the dinner. In passive voice, the dinner will be prepared by the chef. In example number 5, in active voice, the artist painted a beautiful landscape. In passive voice, the same would be a beautiful landscape was painted by the artist. In example number 6, the teacher explained the lesson clearly. In passive voice, the same would be the lesson was explained clearly by the teacher. Example number 7, the government has launched a new initiative. In passive voice, a new initiative has been launched by the government. Example number 8, the team won the championship. In passive voice, the championship was won by the team. Another example, in active voice, the company is developing a new product. In passive voice, a new product is being developed by the company. Example number 10, in active voice, the judge will announce the verdict tomorrow. The verdict will be announced by the judge tomorrow in passive voice. Well, students, here we have exercise number 1, which says convert from active voice to passive voice. Here I have 10 examples, 10 questions for you. You can go through it and solve them. You can pause the screen, take it down. Let me read it for you. The manager approved the budget. The students will complete the assignment. The artist has drawn a sketch. The dog chased the cat. The company is launching a new product. The doctor prescribed the medicine. The engineer designed the bridge. The principal will address the students. The chef baked a cake. The police officer caught the thief. And answers for these go like this. I recommend you to solve it yourself before you take a look at the answers. I'm sure you would have got them correct. You can pause the video and take a look at the answers. Exercise number 2. Similarly, I have 10 more questions for you. The writer is editing the article. The volunteers clean the park. The singer performed the song beautifully. The coach selected the players for the team. The farmer planted the seeds. The students are organizing the event. The judge awarded the prize. The team will solve the problem. The teacher corrected the mistakes. The worker repaired the road. I recommend that you solve them before you take a look at the answers. Here are the answers for these questions, exercise number 2. So, students, I'm sure it would have become easier for you to convert active voice to passive voice. Thank you.